Certified True TV. Smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel. We are officially back, man. Subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment under this video. Let's talk about it. Hope everybody is doing good. Hope everybody's doing well. Hold on a second. Hope everybody is doing swell. Let's talk about it, man. Hold on, let me make sure that this is good. No echo. Give me a second. Yeah, we should be good. All right, let's talk about it, man. Pittsburgh, active shooter. They didn't release his name, but people know his name. SWAT team rescues a neighbor in armored vehicle as gunfire continues between cops and a squatter barricaded inside a house after eviction turned violent. So this is a squatter inside of a house. They're trying to evict him. And now he's an active shooter. Residents have been told to avoid 4800 block of Broad Street and North Mathilda Street in Garfield, Pittsburgh. Sheriff deputies were attempting to serve an eviction notice, but when they approached the property, the occupant opened fire. Check. Right? Open fire. So police have stormed to within yards of a gunman who is firing from a Pittsburgh house to pull an immediate neighborhood to safety. Hundreds of rounds of bullets are being fired on the residential street amidst an extremely active shooting situation. Video shows SWAT teams firing on the house to give cover for the officers who raced in and dragged the neighbor into a armored plated vehicle of the 4800 block of Broad Street and North Mathilda Street. Multiple SWAT teams arrived at the scene, and tear gas has repeatedly been fired into the home since the gunman barricaded himself inside after police tried to serve him with an eviction notice around 11 a.m. 2 police drones, which were deployed to circle the home to provide assistance and knowledge to the teams on the ground, were also shot down by the suspect. So he's shooting down drones. That is amazing. That is crazy. I already told you guys a long time ago, we were at war. We have a psychological war, spiritual war. We are just at war. Nobody cares about anyone anymore. So I would expect carnage. I would expect people just getting in their vehicle and driving down the street. And this is what I would expect. They don't care about people. All right? The America and the Canada that you fell in love with, right? is gone. America's ideals, people don't believe in it anymore. So the foundation and the fundamental structure of the country, of what people live by and appreciate, that is gone now. And hopefully we can get back to that. But it's going to be very hard to get back to that. No, he's got the long gun. Look at his earmuffs. Hey, let me guess. Those are earphones on. Come on, bro. This is stupid now. Those are earphones on he got on. The point is, heavy police presence on scene during shootout in Pittsburgh over an eviction notice, something like that. So let's take a look at the video. The new wave. And what we always have to say, how's that working out? And it's not working out well for them. So there's the video there. The shooter's relatives own the home, and when they died, he refused to leave. The property went to a tax sale and now has a new owner, but the squatter has still refused to vacate. Doesn't want to leave. The attorney for the new homeowners told CBS that officers were warned that the squatter was heavily armed and the issue of evicting him would be volatile. Witnesses said that after banging on the door, police used a sledgehammer to get inside. It was at this point the gunfire started. The ordeal descended into a gunfight, and hundreds of rounds were fired. This is just one suspect. He is believed to be someone who shares anti-authority sentiments. He is initiating the barrage of continued gunfire. People living on the 4800 block of Broad Street have been told to stay in place, call 911, and waiting to be evacuated by officers. Police gave the urgent warning this morning. There's an extremely active situation with shots continuing to be fired. Please avoid the area at this time. Some of the deputies have run out of ammunition, according to initial reports. Others have been injured during the standoff situation. Around a dozen Pittsburgh SWAT officers were seen arriving at the scene, gearing up to confront the gunman. One deputy was pinned down in a defensive position during the assault. He was saved by a member of the SWAT team, CBS reported. The ordeal is taking place not far from St. Mary's Catholic Cemetery and UPMC Children's Hospital. Crazy, right? Videos taken at the scene showed multiple police cars surrounding the residential street, while at least 20 gunshots were fired in the background. According to the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, one neighbor said he heard hundreds of rounds when the shooting started, and there have been hundreds more rounds since. He's going to die, bro. I mean, he doesn't care, right? Doesn't care. He's going to die. Right? This is what he's going to be doing. I believe so. Right? I mean, they just want him to come outside, but I just don't think that's going to happen. This is the gunfire. It's a war zone. Complete war zone. You got to do something different, man. And I'm going to say this clearly. There's no way that you can vote. There's no way that we can vote out of this. Like, there's no way that one man is gonna fix it. But I'm hopeful. I'm very, very hopeful, but it's not looking good, man. People don't care about people, man. And when you have people that don't care about each other, and you put us in a melting pot with different races, like you're pitting races against each other, like black against white. Where are you from? Like, when you arrive into America, or if you arrive into Canada, you are now Canadian. You are now an American. Like, I don't understand this notion where you're not going to integrate yourself into the ideals of this country. Like, so what they're doing is they're pitting races against each other. They're evicting people. They're doing all this stuff. They caused the problem, right? Problems don't, like, in their minds, if they fix the problem, they stop. Like, if they fix the problem, then they lose monetary, right? They lose getting money. You get what I'm saying? From, like, the federal government, right? Remember, they shut the remember when the pandemic happened, they had the rent freeze. They froze the rent for like almost 2 years, and people stopped paying the rent. And now that the pandemic's over, now the rent is skyrocketing. People can't pay the rent. You know what I'm saying? Breaking news: Prigozhin, that guy over in uh, Russia, he was killed. He was killed in a plane crash. Like, this is this kind of stuff that's crazy. But they don't care, man. Like, they just don't care. Dumb, deaf, and blind. They're led being dumb, deaf, and blind. That's it. They're completely okay and comfortable just being not informed. He immediately hit the ground in his living room as police told people to keep away from windows. Chris Wilkinson, who was visiting family in the area, told CBS, "In the beginning, we all heard was the cops. They were banging on the door where the shooting takes place. They were banging on it, telling him they were there. And after a couple of minutes of them doing it, they started to kick down the door. But after a few tries, they couldn't do it. Then they got a sledgehammer and took down the door. And after the shots started being fired, I've been really nervous, and it's really sad what's happening. You think you could be safe here, but you can't with what's happening. No, you can't. No, you can't. I've already said this. People don't get it, so they're gonna have to find out the hard way, unfortunately. People are dying at alarming rates, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's a complete demoralization. Like, I'm walking around in Canada, people are completely demoralized. Like, they're so demoralized, man. It's so crazy. Listen to this is crazy, man. It's gonna be very interesting, man. Leslie Thompson, who lives in the house across the street from the commotion, it's unbelievable. I'm very nervous. Shots were ringing out everywhere. Someone who was working from home at the time told CBS that she ran to the basement when she started hearing the ordeal outside her window. She was screaming and crying while on the phone to her manager, and her home was also breached by gunfire. The witness said that the gunshots came through, or sorry, yeah, came through her window in her living room and her bathroom, which is now riddled with bullet holes. Glass is shattered everywhere in her home. Trying to get to the basement was almost unbearable. Shots were ringing out everywhere. Thompson was evacuated from her home by police. She said it's by the grace of God that she is alive. Now people want to believe in God. Should have been already doing this from the beginning. It's so crazy, man. I just don't understand it. But hopefully they'll. I mean, I hope nobody gets hurt out there, man. Doesn't sound like there's any casualties, but it's just very dangerous, man. It's just very, very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. This is where we are, man. We gotta do better. I want to get you guys some footage here. Uh, Pittsburgh. The guy's name is like William something. So they have an update. This is 1 hour ago. We'll go with this one.
On August 8th, Medical Properties Trust reported their quarterly report. The stock dropped 14.
Yes, I'm standing here with State Police PIO Trooper Rocco Gagliardi. Trooper, what can you tell us is going on right now?
Yeah, right now, we would just pause to talk to you guys. This is still a very active and ongoing scene, as you just heard multiple gunshots being run off. Right now, we have our state police team here. The Rook just showed up with our CERT team, right? So right now, we're going to work with Allegheny Emergency Services Centers, the city SWAT, and et cetera, to focus on how we're going to best handle the situation. But the Troop B major case team will be taking over this investigation. So that's the state police. And I will try to update you guys as best I can up here.
I have a quick question. I just wonder, people want to know why, it's taking so long for, you guys to get him out of there.
Right. Well, this turns right into an active shooter situation, right? And then it proceeds into a barricaded aspect inside a house. So first officers on scene arrived very quickly, and now that incident is always developing. As we just heard about, 30 to 40 gunshots go back and forth. So we're actively working with all emergency crews here on scene to make sure we end this in the safest way possible.
I was going to say number one priority is to keep the people in this area safe.
Right now, all of our crews with state police, city, and all the other agencies, including the sheriffs, our number one goal right now is to make sure everyone evacuates this area, right? Especially those maybe still stuck inside houses like they were this morning.
Do you have a number how many people have been evacuated thus far?
I don't right now. Like I said, right now, we're trying to evacuate. You can hear it behind me. Our CERT team will be handling what they need to handle. So.
Why is taking over this investigation in the middle of the city of Pittsburgh?
Yeah, right now there's a lot of different variables that are actively ongoing right now. So we thought it was best case what happened all the way through this morning that we were going to take over this incident.
Any idea how many officers are down there? I mean, it just looks like people from all across Western PA.
Yeah, I don't want to give you a number right now because I will undershoot that, right? Right now we have a lot of different agencies all working together right now, and we want to resolve this in the best way possible.
Rocker, we're hearing this gunfire. Is it coming from police or is it coming from the suspect or back and forth?
Right. I think we just sent up a couple more drones. Was not the first time the suspect did shoot at earlier previous drones, right? So right now it's an active gunfire situation right now. With that, I will leave you with that and update you guys as best as I possibly can. Be checking on our Troop B PIO Twitter account for updated information, okay?
Okay.
Before you go, we're hearing that they're calling for more ammunition. Is there a concern that there's so much rounds fired? You guys need more ammunition brought in?
Right. That's always a thought. That's a really good question, actually. But right now we're focusing on any and all troops in the area to help out with Troop B major case team. So you might see some other units from D, E, A, and et cetera coming in right now to assist our CERT team and other members throughout the city with this investigation.
So, man, this is where we are, man. I mean, you could hear the gunfire in the background. All right. I guess this is the new wave. All right. It's so crazy, man. I don't know, man. Hopefully, they'll able to. This can come to a closing.
Standing here with Leslie Thompson and her husband, Jerry. Leslie was home when this happened. She just got evacuated to safety. So, Leslie, just tell us what you heard, what you saw.
I heard this morning, I heard
What's up,
some
Duran? What's
commotion
going on?
outside of my house. Went to look out the window, and I seen the sheriff's outside at my neighbor's door urging him to come out. I went back into my office, continued to work. At that point, continued to hear a lot of commotion and heard they're coming in. So I went to shut my windows. And at that point is where I heard shots rang out.
I can't imagine how terrified you were. You're home alone, your husband's at work. Describe that feeling for us.
It's unbelievable. I was very nervous. Called my boss to let her know while I was logged off on my phone. She urged me to go into the basement to take cover. Trying to get to the basement
I'm strong,
was
independent. I
almost
don't need no man
unbearable.
like y'all.
Shots were
Impress
ringing
me.
out everywhere. Finally made it to the basement. Was able to get in a secure spot and just almost the shots were just everywhere. So it's like,
And you said that some of those shots hit your home.
oh, absolutely, absolutely. Shots came through the window for the living room. I have shots in the holes in the bathroom. Glasses shattered everywhere. So yeah,
How lucky do you feel that you are standing here right now talking with us?
the grace of God, grace of God, grace of God. Talked to my director at the hospital. She
Okay, we understand. We understand. Let me segue into some clown world shit. And then I got some quotes I want to read for you. Okay. Glad that sister's okay. I want you to take a look at the clown world shit. So this is a woman, pizza and butter. Is there any audio? Oh yeah, there's audio. Bite my tongue. She's put, okay. It's so crazy. Right? So this is Lizzo's sister. Right? This is Lizzo's sister. Look, take a look. She's putting a slop of butter on pizza and proud to eat it. I probably eat maybe once or twice a day, tops. Because us as men, our metabolism is different. But not them. They just do whatever. Gut gap? No, gut gap. Oh well. Bite my tongue, it's a bad habit. Bite my tongue, it's a bad habit. Right? It's such a degenerate, like, so degenerate. It's unreal. Unreal. Now let me read you something. Couple screenshots that I gotten. Let me read you something. Hold on, let me make sure this. Hold on, I'm just making sure my audio is good. Yeah, okay. I gotta always double check on the audio. So let me read you something. This is for you, okay? A couple things here. Let's start with this one. So with women, right? Constantly saturated with feminism. Listen, okay, this is gonna be great. Listen to what it's like 5 screenshots that I gotta read it. So we're gonna use her as a thumbnail because this is the degenerate behavior. You understand what I'm saying? Let's twist our eyes a little bit more. No, that's even better. I mean, I could keep playing it over and over. Right? Bite my tongue, it's a bad habit. Yeah, like I can keep playing it over and over as long as you guys can hear me. All right? Like this is the craziest thing. All right? Oh, I'm eating looking in the camera. So let me read it. Constantly saturated with feminism. My independence, my body, my rights. College campus brainwashes bitches to suck dick all day and do what feels good with no regard for the future. Vaginal microbiome is literal Amazonian rainforest from a million cocks. That's number 1. Number 2. Women that are old aren't even good as women that old aren't even good as fuck buddies. Their holes are blown out and their looks are flat gone. This is what's going on. Let's get to the next one. This guy says, I gave up on American women. Qualities like humility, submissiveness, grace, and Qualities like humility, submissiveness, grace, all lost on spoiled modern American women. They want it all with none of the expectations or responsibilities. Unfortunately, the hypergamic effect of online dating is extended beyond just America. Young women tend to be delusional with unrealistic expectations for the behavior and financial prowess of men they've seen based on how these Instagram models who travel to Dubai are seen. Netflix, social media, bragging, lack of constructive parental guidance, lack of a positive relationship with their fathers, etc. Unfortunately, we can't escape the effect online dating has had on the female psyche. What I did is I went out of the county to date a girl from a well-to-do country. Oh, initially met online when I paid for hundreds of dollars. Da, da, da. He says, don't give up on women. They will seem like they are a lost cause if you only go for women in their early 20s. If you're actually serious about settling down, try for a woman in her early 30s. However, if you give up, you are sure to fail. So we can't give up. That's the second quote. Okay, let's go to the next one. I'm just putting this on my timeline. The next one, it says, because of all the Antichrist ideological brainwashing in the last 70 years, people grew up in a fake world that isn't rooted in reality. They cannot even think real. They can only think in their programmed ideologies. Women are most susceptible to those social ideologies. Great quote, isn't it? Want to read again? Because of all the Antichrist ideological brainwashing in the last 70 years, people grew up in a fake world that isn't rooted in reality. They cannot even think real. They can only think in their program ideologies. Women are most susceptible to those social ideologies. Let's continue to the next one. This guy says, I'm dating a woman with 3 cats, and it's starting to get irritating. She wants to move in together, but we need more space. And the only good apartments houses for rent don't allow animals, and she won't part with them. She honestly looked at a literal ghetto as a possibility because they allow animals. I have a nice apartment currently and don't want to give it up for a downgrade. I can't buy a house because the prices are ridiculous at the moment. The cats are young, so they won't die anytime soon. It says the meme about women with cats are true. That's the next one. Let's go to the next one. This guy says Tinder. Girls are getting absolutely run through on dating apps. We call it dating streaming services, right? Including a relatively small number of men who sleep with a lot of women and are usually well out of a girls' league. This completely wrecks women. All the same issues of dating in your 30s still apply. Only now the women have triple-digit body counts in their 30s. Let's go to the next one. Which population? Yada, yada, yada. Oh, this one's a good one. This one says, which population will be able to rebuild itself more quickly? This is why we don't have a draft. This is why women ought to be protected in our society. All of the drivel about equal pay is bogus. Women want and expect men to pay for everything, yet demand equal compensation at work. If men are supposed to be paying for women and women are making their own money too, what the fuck are women supposed to spend their money on? It doesn't make sense. An attractive woman who has played her cards right, made good, responsible decisions, and settled down with a good man should never have to work for money outside the home. Conversely, a bitter bitch who refuses to provide value in a man's life in the name of feminism or refuses to learn to enjoy basic necessities such as cooking and cleaning will always depend on her government or have to work for money to survive. Told you I ain't got to make up nothing on my channel. Want me to read that part again? Conversely, a bitter bitch who refuses to provide value in a man's life in the name of feminism or refuses to learn to enjoy basic necessities such as cooking and cleaning will always depend on her government or have to work for money to survive. That is OnlyFans. That is dating streaming services. How they, do the Gap thing. That's what they do, right? And it says, we as men have an obligation and a duty to protect women in our tribe. Indigenous Afros in our tribe. The ladies that come over here and listen to this content, the ladies that know how to have a conversation and that are respectful in the conversation, like the lady I talked to last night, they're in our tribe. And what should we do with women that are in our tribe? And that's what you have to decide on. Are you in our tribe or you're not in our tribe? It says, as well as to provide for our women. That doesn't mean OnlyFans whores, strippers, or women who fully knowingly take advantage of their good looks for favors and financial support from men. They have no expectation of ever providing any sort of value in return. Women that are in our tribe, we will protect. Women that are in our tribe, we love. You know what I'm saying? So women in our tribe, that's that point. You know, I have these screenshots. I'm just reading them so you can see, because it goes with what she looks like, right? Now, on to millennial girls. Millennial girls were the last real women, even if most of them are retarded and awful. 10 years have gone by since Tinder ruined them. Some are married, some are divorced, some are single moms, some are unfuckably fat. Let's go back to the video.
Bite my tongue, it's a bad habit.
Right, so hold on, I gotta pause it. All right. Millennial girls were the last real women. Even most of them are retarded and awful. 10 years have gone by since Tinder ruined them. Some are married, some are divorced, some are single moms, some are unfuckably fat. The oldest are hitting their 40s now. There is no salvation for them. Zoomer girls often look like millennial women, the ones near their 40s. This creates a weird society where women are hitting the wall, but 20-year-old women are also hitting the wall. In the past, if you were 30, you could roll up in your pimp mobile to a bar and get some young 21-year-old slut who wanted to party for her birthday, and now she's pregnant and your wife. It's not even worth it anymore in most cases. The women are just too ugly and retarded. The world we thought we'd have was stolen from us. And I agree with that statement. And that is the reality of it. That is the want me to read it one more time? In the past, if you were 30, you could roll up in your pimp mobile to a bar and get some young 21-year-old slut who wanted to party for her birthday, and now she's pregnant and your wife. It's not even worth it now in most cases. The women are just too ugly and retarded. The world we thought we'd have was stolen from us. And this is the quotes. I got to find more quotes, but this is something that's an epidemic. You understand what I mean? And it's amazing to watch. But this woman is eating butter with pizza, dipping it in pizza, looking at a camera. It's just sick. It's just sick. I think they robbed. Let me see if I can go back to that. But they robbed Nordstrom's again today. Like they went in there and there was robbing Nordstrom's, and I was just sitting back like, damn. Oh well. As long as I'm safe, as long as my family's safe. Look, Houston, Texas, 3 minutes ago. Come on, bro. We gotta do better than this. This is a disgrace. I wish you would. Hold on, let me post this for you. Oops, that's the wrong one. It's a disgrace. They don't know. They don't care. Shout out to Rome Streets. He had a couple good quotes. I want to play some of the quotes for what, like in his song. He goes something about the young. What does he say? Dumb, deaf, and blind. I'm gonna try to play that song. Right? They're dumb, deaf, and blind. That's what they are. That's how they live every day. What did Rome Street say? He says, "Listen, yo, I'm monetized in the mind of wealth." He says this. This is what he says in his rhyme. It's so hard. He's right? So they're monetized online. I'm monetized in my mind of wealth. Like it's so. Hold on, let me see if I can find when he says that. Shit go hard, man. Shit go hard, man. Which part is it again? I forget which song it was. I think it's In Too Deep. Right? I'm monetized in the mind of wealth. Hold on, let me see. I'm gonna play this one and see. Because that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're conscious, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's just crazy. You know what I'm saying? Dumb, deaf, and blind, bro. That's what they are. That's exactly what they are. You understand what I'm saying? Right? That's why I like Rome Street. Shout out to him, man. But that's the thing. I'm monetizing the mind. So I'm good. They're not monetizing light in real life. Fuck, man. Anyway, here's another video. Blue Wave. I want you to, bitch. Come at me, bitch. Come at me, bitch. I'm gonna make a message right now, and I want you to read what I'm saying. Okay. That's what I said. I said, I'm so glad I'm single. Not one real man would deal with this. Modern women of today are self-destroying themselves. I know I spelled that wrong. There we go. So self-destroying themselves at an alarming rate. That's a fact, my nigga. Why is this woman so mad? Who hurt her? You say that you can have it all. That's what feminism is? Because I'm confused, bro. I'm really confused at this point. You want to fucking face somebody? You want to take me? You want to take me? I do shit for you. You want to take me? Bitch. Bitch. Take me. Take me. Take me. I'm done. Take somebody. That's what I got. You don't want to play. You don't want to play too big. You don't want to play no more, right? Bitch, I'm not the fucking one.
I wish you would. Bitch, come at me. Bitch, come at me. I want you to, bitch. Come at me, bitch.
Okay, I'm back. My internet cut out for a minute. I apologize. Okay, let's go back to that Twitter video. The point is, what kind of man would want to deal with that? No thanks. No thanks. Go deal with. Go get your. See, I just don't understand it, man. When you deal with beta males all your whole life. Uh-oh, what is this? Okay, what does this guy say here? Yes, there are some guys that will date a woman with a kid. Okay, here's a woman now crying. Here's a woman now crying about the dating market. Jesus Christ. This is amazing shit, man, I've ever seen. That's actually catching up to them now. Hold on, let me get rid of my audio.
In the span of 24 hours, I had one man tell me that nobody will date a girl with a kid. And then I vented to another guy. But
It's finally catching up to them, guys. Isn't it? Number one, yes, there are guys that will date a woman with a kid, though they are not typically, though they are typically not the best of men. Yes, this is generally true, just the truth. So, lady, you picked your choice. You really think unless you're going to be a feminine woman to a man that's going to date you and you have a kid, like unless you're going to be feminine and friendly and all that good stuff, men are just not going to do it. So just continue doing the same thing. Right? Like this is what y'all fighting for. So y'all got what you wanted. Like there's nothing I can do about it.
I had one man.
What the
tell me
fuck,
that
man?
Nobody will date a girl with a kid. And then I vented to another guy about the person who said that. And then he told me, no, that's not true. But a man doesn't want to date a girl who's slept with a lot of guys. 2 for 2.
Yes, a man does not want to date a woman that slept with a lot of men. See, just because you were sold and told a lie that you need to be a boss girl and go rack up a bunch of bodies rack up a bunch of bodies to get your body count up. No, men don't want to date a woman with a lot of body count. No, absolutely not. This is not just me. Other people are saying it. And this video got 2.9 million views. Right? Like it's so crazy. So, hey, man, and this is not all women. There's some really cool ladies out there, but now they're really on a different level now, man, at this point. There's nothing a man can do about that. You've decided to pick your route.